On Capitol Hill today, the Russia probe took center stage before two congressional committees. Ex-CIA Chief John Brennan testified before the House Intel Committee. He said this about Russia's efforts to interfere in the 2016 election.
It should be clear to everyone that Russia brazenly interfered in our 2016 presidential election process, and that they undertook these activities despite our strong protests and explicit warning that they not do so.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, one of those lawmakers who questioned former CIA Director Brennan today, joins me now from Capitol Hill. Congressman, thank you very much. Did you learn what you needed to learn today from Brennan?
We did, in both an open and closed session. But, you know, Katie, something that was so chilling to hear was that he had given a warning to Russia to stop its meddling, otherwise they would suffer consequences, he said. And then to look just back about a week and a half ago on May 10th, when Donald Trump had in the Oval Office Russia's foreign minister and its ambassador to the United States, that certainly did not look like any consequences were suffered. So to contrast the warning that the director gave and now the way that Russia is being embraced by this White House is very disturbing.
Do you feel the public had enough information about the Russia investigation before the election?
Well, no. And I think that we could have had a lot more. And I understand there was a concern about not wanting to influence the election, but Russia's interference campaign was a successful one. And so I think that we could have taken more measures early on. But another theme that I took away from Director Brennan's testimony was that there were contacts of concern. And he described that there were so many contacts that he had seen and that his agents and officers had seen between Donald Trump's campaign and Russia that he passed it over to the FBI. And he also said that in his history as an intelligence officer, he had not seen any contacts like this before between a foreign adversary and Russia, between a foreign adversary and a presidential campaign.
Didn't he say, though, that there were new technologies out there, so he couldn't necessarily say that that definitively, that he'd never seen anything like that before? That's what I heard him say.
Yeah, the new technologies certainly allow us to better understand the threats that we face, and also for him to assess, you know, all of these contacts. But from our perspective, there is a lot more thread to pull and leads to chase, and that's what we're charged with doing on this committee.
What
and
threats,
I hope there's more open here.
What threads and what leads, Congressman?
Sure. Well, so this is one aspect, you know, what the CIA observed in, you know, the reports that they passed over to the FBI. We also want to understand just, you know, who went over to Russia during the time of the campaign. What communications did Trump officials have with Russians in the United States and outside the United States? And also, what was the president's involvement at the time? So we hope to get to the bottom of that. It's too early to draw any conclusions, and so hopefully there's another public hearing so that this information is illuminated.
California Congressman Eric Swalwell, a Democratic member of the House Intel Committee, thank you very much.
My pleasure.